Hello, it's Emma Jo here from Lavinia Stamps, and in this video I'm going to be painting some MDF with Dinkles. So taking my Elements Ink Mermaid and a size 9 stencil brush, I'm going to apply this all over my pre-prepared MDF heart. Now what I've done with this is I have used gesso to apply 2 layers, one going one way, one going another, and I've let each layer dry and then applied another layer. And now I'm at the point where I can apply my ink to this as if it were paper. So here we go. This makes sure that we don't have any extra white that we don't necessarily want for this design. Don't worry about it if you can see brush marks or things like that, because to be quite honest, by the time we've finished, that's not going to matter. If you can get a variation in tone, perhaps one side slightly darker than the other, that would be lovely. So that was Elements Ink Mermaid and a size 9 stencil brush. Now, take the colours that you want to use. Now, my old favourites are yellow Dinkles with a touch of metallic bronze Mica Minerals. And I like to think of mixing my Dinkles as if I was doing a rather strong gin and tonic. So the Dinkles goes in at the bottom and I top it up 3/4 with tonic. So I'm going to start with some Blue Dragon, and I'm just going to do some wiggly lines. These needle tip bottles are brilliant for giving you precise application, and I'm just going to dry that off with my heat tool. So I'm just going to blot some of this colour away using a paper towel. So I've got sea blue, and I'm just going to do some more wiggly lines, following the same sort of direction. You can use this bottle to draw with as well, so if you feel like doing a little bit at the bottom and at the top, just around the edges, that's fab. Now I'm going to encourage some of this colour with a paintbrush. Now I am going to add some dots here because I think that will help us build a foreground. So I'm using sea blue, and in between these lines, adding some dots. It'll give us some movement as well. There we go. So I'm going to add a little bit of Lime Divine. So adding some more wavy lines. There we go, I had a bit of a blockage. I'm not going to blot this. If I blot that, that will take over the whole heart. So I am just going to dry it. You can see here that there's a slight sheen, and that, my friends, is because I added some Mica Minerals Iridescent Violet into a needle tip bottle, just to give us that amazing effect of it being like shot taffeta almost, you know, 2 colours in one depending on the way the light hits it. Great fun. So with that in mind, I'm going to add another one of these colours. Now this is my yellow. I mix into here some Mica Minerals, and it's the metallic bronze, rather lovely. But I'll show you. Again, I'm going to do some wonderful wiggly lines and having them crossing over now because I want this to be my foreground. There we go. This would be perfect if you wanted to do, I don't know, a fish scene or something, wouldn't it? It's like seaweed. There we go. So I am going to blow dry this again. This just screams to me and an underwater adventure. So I'm going to take the Shoal of Fish, which is one of my favourites, and I'm going to stamp it in Blue Belle, Versafine Clair Blue Belle. So I'm just going to take my fish off the edge of the heart and then let them start at the top left-hand corner. Let's do another little bit there. Put that to one side. Let's give it a blast of heat just to fix the ink. Okay, so now I'm going to take a quickie glue pen and I'm just going to draw a line down the side of the larger fish. Okay, let's give that a blast of heat. Okay. And I'm going to use Fab Foils Ice Blue. And I'm just going to give it a little touch of something slightly different. Then I'm going to cut myself a little piece of Fab Foils blush. And that will be picked up in other little places. All the places that I didn't put the ice blue Fab Foil. So what I'm doing is I'm using my quickie glue pen to draw a line on the side. Then in places, but not all over, I'm just going to use a little bit of the ice blue along that line. Because the thing about fish is they sort of flash in lots of different colours, don't they? And that gives this idea of movement. And I love that. So that's what I'm trying to create here. So that as this heart moves, especially if it's hanging, so you'll get a flash of colour. Now I'm going to get Elements Ink Dark Denim and a size 9 stencil brush and just give it a bit of an edge. Now with MDF, if you wanted to fix it, you could use a varnish. You could use glossy accents in places just to make things pop. What else could you use? You could use the Distress Glaze, whichever takes your fancy. There you go, and there you have it. A rather lovely fishy heart, made using Dinkles through a needle tip bottle and just doing wiggly lines and a couple of dots. I hope you've enjoyed today. Thank you for coming along and watching me have a go at making this fish heart. Hopefully see you again soon, but until then, you take care. See you. Bye-bye.